you know what? I don't think I need this person. I think I can, I can outsmart them. I can outgrow them as far as like my operating functions.
Do you think we're doomed to end up like Wall-E?
Yeah.
You think we're doomed to end up like Wall-E?
100%. We're halfway there.
Yeah, we kind of heading in that.
Hold on.
I mean, they can't. You know what? As the world, they just came up with those Ozempic shots, so they might not be that fat. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the lazy and the sugar, yeah, of course. People are going to sit and they're going to consume sugar and be lazy.
And the instant gratification.
Instant gratification.
So what jobs are safe outside of that? I can't think of anything that's safe. Anything to do with safety, health, and political.
Yeah, human necessities.
Human necessities.
That's it.
That's the only thing that's safe.
That's what's safe. That's what's future-proof. No, I don't think anything else is safe outside of human necessities. Like you said, health. That's a necessity. We have to be healthy. We have to eat.
Do we gotta eat? Can we just swallow? You remember? We swallow a pill that's a steak.
Well, you make the pills. It's future. They gotta eat something. Is what I'm saying. If you feeding them, hey,
psychology therapist, I guess.
Nah.
Do you know?
It's not a necessity. It's a want, but it's not a necessity.
I know, but can you think AI can actually connect on a human level?
People are talking to ChatGPT. They're talking to it, not using it. Remember the words I'm using. They're not using it. They're talking to ChatGPT and having conversation.
Yeah. I'll jump in and say this really quick because there's a situation with a young kid that fell in love with an AI, and he ended up killing himself.
Really?
Yeah, he ended up killing himself. He was like 14 years old or something like that.
They got that new movie.
I remember that. I don't know if you remember. It was a movie with Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
And she was like an Alexa or something, and this dude was talking to her every night or whatever, and she was like, "Well, I love you too, Jimmy," or what his name was or whatnot. And when I tell you, this dude was like obsessed. He was just like, "Well, hey, I called you and you didn't respond or whatnot," and he was, and then like as the movie progressed, he asked like, "Hey, are you in love with me?" Like, she was like, "I do love you." He was like, "Are you in love with me?" She was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Wait, are you in love with others?" And she said, "Yeah, I am." And he was kind of heartbroken. He was like,
"Others like other people."
Yeah, and he was like,
"Hold on, it could be another robot or some shit."
But I mean, she's in love with everybody.
Because it's kind of like Alexa, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a universal thing. But then he said, "Okay, how many times did you fall in love?" And she was like, 14.5 million times. And he was just heartbroken. Like,
hold on, this
is a real life movie.
Wait, hold on. He just said a real story.
No. He was comparing it to that movie.
Oh.
But what I'm telling you is a real story. A 14-year-old kid killed himself.
That's true.
I'm sure that's not the only case.
Human emotions is very complex, and I don't feel like AI is capable of adapting to that.
But the more information it gets, the more
in a healthy manner.
Even today, right now, if I have an issue, do I want to talk to Kelvin, the individual, or do I want to talk to this AI program that has absorbed 60 million videos of therapists? And they've recorded 60 million answers of therapists. And they've, analyzed the subjects of those therapists. So when I talk to this program, it's going to read my facial expressions, my microaggressions, it's going to listen to all my symptoms, and it's going to spit out what the culmination of 60 million therapists would say to me. I can choose to speak to that person, or I can choose to speak to an actual individual. What I'm saying is in the future, those will be comparable. The human won't be a necessity.
How you gonna interact when you outside? Now I ain't talking now, but we talking years from now. How are the boy and the girl gonna interact really? Are they gonna practice? What?
Wally.
Wait.
They're not gonna interact.
They not. And also,
they don't have to interact.
Wait.
We can hop online. We can FaceTime.
Let me interject real quick. I seen 2 instances of this, and I'm pretty sure everybody in this room seen this. Well, 3. I'll give you one. One, when you in a room, let's say at a get-together, a party, whatever the case being, some folks who know each other talking, 60% of the room is scrolling through their phone.
This is today.
Nobody's really interacting. Here's another thing. When you guys show up at someone's house, do you ring the doorbell? Or do you call and say hey, or text them and say hey?
Call them, say hey, or text. Doorbell is but
personal.
Wait, hold on.
Doorbell is personal.
Yeah.
The culture and the way that we're going, we're moving to impersonal. Me knocking on your door is a personal.
Yeah.
But our the world, the world that we living in today, the way that I would go is I would call because it's impersonal. You don't knock on people's doors because we're not a personal people anymore. Like you said, since COVID, the way that the world and the culture and our young generations are moving, they're moving towards a divided future. They're moving towards, hand sanitizer, my space, your space type of things. Not, conjoined spaces. 6 feet, you stand there, I stand here, I message you, you message me back. We interact like that. I don't have to have actual conversations. I don't have to come up with a response in the moment. Everything is what I pre-recorded.
Now I've also seen instances where it's like, hey, some people show love in real life or whatever, but it'd be like, hey, how come you ain't post on my page? And it's like, hey, I'm here celebrating you right now, but it's like, oh, hey, you didn't show love on my page, you didn't put it out there, and I'm like,
get the hell out of here! Oh, show on my page.
I've seen this type of interaction.
20 years though. The generation that was born on their phones.
Have you all seen?
That's gonna mean something to them.
Have you all seen Black Mirror?
Yeah, sadly.
So you remember the episode where people were like, your status, your likes and stuff goes up,
or if you're level 5.
If you're level 5, you think we gonna get to some bullshit?
Yeah,
like that?
like that in China.
What?
In China right now, they like that. They got the social programs on your phone. They monitor everything you do. You got a social score. Let's say you get a traffic ticket, your score go down. It's only certain stuff that you can do.
You bullshitting.
I swear to you, this is in China right now. China, what Trump say? China.
I'm gonna hack it and get like 10 stars and go there.
You going to jail.
That's why they say that so much. That's why they against them so much government oversight. Because let's say you being a bad citizen, they'll revoke your. You can't travel as far if you do certain stuff. Social score, your social score. You get like a driving score. You get a credit score, and it's all monitored through the government, through the app. Yeah. So when you do stuff and you give money to people, or you borrow and you pay your stuff on time, your score goes up. You pay your bills on time, your score goes up. I did see
something. I don't know if y'all ever watched a TV show called The Community or whatnot. It was about these adults in college or whatnot. Hilarious show, by the way. But they had an episode or whatever like that, and they was like, oh, you're a level 3. We don't talk to those. We only talk to 4 or 5s. And then it's like, oh, if you got a bad grade, oh, this dropped your level. And then it'll drop your likes. Everybody will look at you, and it like they likes to go down for you, and it'll drop your level. It was a funny episode, but hopefully this isn't the case over there.
Oh, shit.
Well, what we were talking about earlier with, what was it? The self-entitlement nowadays, being a victim in the United States gives you power.
Right.
One of these things now that they're trying to implement, because the people in power, they do things generationally. They do it with slow increments, so you don't really see that it's changing.
Okay.
The fact that everybody, going back to what you were saying, these social scores, they do that now. Like certain social circles just won't associate with you. Some people won't, just because of how much money you make.
Or how many followers you got.
Okay.
But now it's going to be like a universal thing. Like in the United States, like I'm from a third world country. So coming to this, like in those countries, people are a lot more humble, right? But when you come to the United States, everybody feels like they're first class. Everybody feels like they're, upper class society because they're making more than the average person. Because the average person in the United States does make more than the average person outside of the United States. Like $50,000 is like you're in the top 1% of the entire world. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that.
This kind of touches on what you said. I remember one time you mentioned, hey, a lot of people kind of judge men based like. They ask a lot of men, hey, what job you work? Because it's kind of like, so I can know what level of respect to give you.
Exactly.
Oh, hell, I mean, of course.
That's
unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's just what we are.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we are.
But I do understand from a psychological level why why it kind of matters. But at the same time, I don't think people should take it personally. Because I think from an energetic level, like the male experience, you're supposed to be the active force of the universe. Mm-hmm. Like you're supposed to be the person that's doing. That's why everything is built by men, managed by men. I'm not saying women don't contribute.
Absolutely.
But men specifically are meant to be the movers and shakers of society, right? And because of that, I think now we live in a society where if you as a man aren't contributing in a certain level, they kind of look at you as kind of like an outcast. Yep. Yeah. So for example, that's why they look at, say, the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or a doctor as above somebody who's a taxi cab driver. You know what I'm saying? And but by the end of the day, like, or even a sanitation worker, I'll use that for an example. Like, I had a friend I'm kind of like,
Nah, you good.
But like, I had a friend, she was from Juarez, Mexico, right? And her mom, she was 4 at the time, and her mother came from across the border. Her father got killed at the border, right? But over the years, she went to, I think, El Paso, Texas or something, and then people in Texas were conservative. They called her like cockroach, you nothing. She was doing like cleaning toilets, janitorial work, stuff like that. Now she's grown up, and she's like, I think she has like a PhD in something or another, I don't remember. But her mother still works in these low-income jobs, even though she doesn't have to, right? Because she's trying to help other people who are coming into the United States from Mexico to take some, because Mexican people, they're very prideful people. So they care about the shit that they do, no matter how little it is. But in the United States, it's like if you do a janitorial job, you're a nobody. Like but the thing is, you would never. If you make let's say if you make $100,000 a year and you work in an office, you will never go into a dirty office to work, right? Yeah. So you need to value. American people don't value the little things anymore. They
the things that build character and judge a person based off of their characteristic traits.
Yeah, but I also believe it's where you are, because for the state of Indiana, right? The way they value money is different. The way they value money and status is different from how they do it in California. It's different. I just think where you are in that environment you're in, yes, capitalistic country, that's just what America is. But I think you got to be careful of your environment, because your environment will mold how you act and how you expect to see others see you. But hopefully that you're in an environment where you don't get the wrong exposure to that, and you become a bad person, if that makes sense.